This week on the Push Pull Legs podcast, we talk COVID, a football madman, and Christmas chocolate. Got to go get some tennis balls now.
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Pull Legs podcast with myself, Damik.
And me, Tom Hall. What's going on, buddy?
What are you going to do with them? Like, put them like foam roll or something, myofascial release and all that, you know?
No. I didn't realize that. I think this is what I was talking about, dryer balls as well. But apparently, a good thing to use in your tumble dryer is a tennis ball, or tennis balls, plural, for when you're tumble drying your down jackets. And one of my coats that I enjoy wearing, it's drying over there right now. It's just laying out a little bit. I'm waiting for it to go a little bit drier. And then I've got to get some tennis balls. It is 5:15 over here. So I've got I think Sports Direct about 20 minutes
Classic.
Up the road.
Sports Direct. They'll be open until 10 o'clock usually.
No, this is only a little one. It's only open till 7. So we're on the old.
This is going to be a short podcast.
I don't know whether I can park there as well. It's not like
so
one of those.
So what does a tennis ball do then when you put it in?
Apparently, so I know. Shoot me. Sorry if you're one of those people who goes. It's not a Canada Goose jacket. Just putting it there. It's not one of them. Also, just FYI, they get really bad rep. Obviously, they're just the main. It's the whole Qatar situation again as well. There's loads of other fucking people that use like Goose and Duck Down and stuff like Montclair use it all the time. Like I have one which is Goose, and it is Lululemon. Nice jacket, lovely jacket. It's like Goose, feathers, and down. So. Yeah, but they don't get the same rap, do they, as Canada Goose?
Also, people don't mind eating them, do they? Do you know what I mean? They're feathers. No, don't have their feathers. No, but eat them. Yeah. Well, what do you think happens with the feathers when they pluck them so you can eat them?
So it's incredibly warm. So apparently, obviously when you have like down, it like clumps up when you wash it. And I'd used dryer balls previously, and I've only really taken, actually the first coat I had from this, the zip fucked up. So I went back. This is what's good about Lululemon. They don't say this, by the way. So if there's a mechanical fault with your coat or your jacket or blah, 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 you can go back, and as long as it's within a year, they will just replace it for you. Free of charge for a brand new item. As long as they have it in store, and literally they're like bump, off you go. Actually, they were a bit of a dick about it. So I went to one store, they were like, oh, you can just go to the other store, they've got it, they will just replace it as it's a technical fault with the zip. I was like, lovely. I'd had the coat for 10 months and I've worn it quite a lot. And then like I went there and I was like, yeah, I went and scouted around for that particular coat, and then I was like, there it is, I'm having that one. And then the woman was really arsy with me. She was like, well, they're not meant to have said that to you. And I was like, what do you mean? It's one of your policies. So you're not meant to say. And they were like, oh, we'll have to check if we have it. I was like, I've already found it. It's over there. That's my size. She was like, and then literally this was like this time last year, she was like, as it's Christmas, we'll do it. And I was like, as it's Christmas? I was like, it literally says it on your website that you could do this. Anyway. So yeah, apparently when you put the balls in with the tumble dryer, it kind of loosens up the clumps of down and feathers and shit, so it makes it all smooth and fluffy again.
Mate, apparently it's also supposed to help a lot of things here. I'm reading now.
Really?
I just googled it. Apparently it's supposed to help fluff pillows, which obviously is the same thing, right? But also it's supposed to adding tennis balls to the dryer will keep sheets, jeans, and t-shirts circulating, so there's never a chance of wrinkles to set in. So it actually improves the ironing in it as well. So I'm gonna have to go and buy some tennis balls. That's the solution. For Christmas. That's what she's getting for Christmas. Tennis balls. She can't moan then about not doing the ironing. There we go. Easy. Yeah. Easy as that. Oh, they do like them. They do funny ones with like little like spikes.
Yeah, there's spiky. There's dryer balls. I knew there was dryer balls because I'd always got confused about what they were in.
They do proper like
in another closet
wool ones, like proper
proper wool ones,
wool-based ones. So, I mean, why would you do that when you could just use tennis ball? Much better.
Exactly.
Well, it sounds better, doesn't it? As well, probably. I thought. Apparently, this is not. Apparently, this is not a brand new thing, Tom. By the way, this is.
I know it's not. But I was confused by the label, and it literally said.
Well, hey, Tom, I've only just learned it at the age of 33. So I mean, it's fine.
Basically, every bloke on who's listening to the show is like, "Shit, that's amazing." Every girl is going.
I don't have to iron. I don't have to iron as much. I wonder if it works with golf balls.
Golf balls. don't know.
It's got to be something to do with it's got to absorb it. Surely it's to do with absorbing the water.
It's got to be something like that. Because it was like you have to use new ones. So I was like, I have to buy fucking new tennis balls every single time. That can't be. I'm sure we can just dry them out and it'll be fine.
Well, that's where maybe I'm thinking these wool balls because they're reusable. So I'm assuming that they come in lovely pack. Tom, I'll tell you what, mate. I'll buy some for Christmas. They're not that expensive.
Thanks.
I'll treat you. They come with a nice little bag and everything. Look, they come with a lovely little bag.
It's just the issue. I'd like to wear my coat tomorrow. That's the thing.
Well, so I know. Just wait, Tom. It'll be worth it for the present, mate. 6-pack. I'll get you a 6-pack here. Comes in a nice little bag. Thanks. And everything. Thanks. Hypoallergenic. But there you go. You learn something new every day. So don't say this podcast is not educational.
Yeah. So anytime you need your new gym kit, uniform, boom. And you start to wear a sheet or you're down. Well, it's fucking cold here. So you're going to be wearing your down jackets aplenty. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm wearing a hoodie right now. So, but I put the heating on just as I was talking to Dan. So this podcast is costing me a lot of money.
Yeah, Jesus. I'm definitely one of those people though. If I was in the UK right now, I am hoodie on, hat on. The heating's not going on until the last minute. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm in everything.
Yeah,
I'm one of those people.
I am one of those people. But obviously, I had COVID last week. That's why there was no podcast, and Dan was kind of roaming around England. Didn't even come see me. Didn't even come see me.
Wow. Sorry, who cancelled on who because of fucking COVID? Mr. COVID.
Jesus,
Mr. COVID. We were supposed to meet up, have a lovely bro date, lunch beyond burger, maybe like a nice burger in London. Just as a say goodbye to him before I go back. And he texted me, "Can't see you." Didn't tell me why. Just said couldn't see you. No, he sent me the little COVID test stick, and he was just like, "Oh shit!" I was like,
yeah, here they are."
Yeah, never mind. There you go, you got them. Yeah, and I was actually going to go. So then the other thing about this, here's another story. I was going to go on that day. I was going to go into London to upgrade my iPhone because I'm on like the Apple's upgrade program, and it doesn't work in UAE because it's a UK based program. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, basically what I'll do is I'll just go in and I'll upgrade my phone. And I booked a slot to speak to someone at Regent Street, so I can make sure I can get in and get what I needed. And I had to cancel it the day before because I realised that there's no iPhone 14s anywhere because of this fucking chip shortage or whatever.
Oh, really?
So I went online and I was like trying to buy it. And I looked online for stock levels and they were like, arrives 4th of Jan in every single shop in London. Went online. I was like, can I order it online and get it delivered? Said the same thing. Went online. Massive Apple iPhone 14 shortage because of the chips. They can't, because of the COVID crackdown in China.
Because they can't, yeah.
One fucking week I'm in the UK, I want to change my phone. So I don't know what I'm going to do now.
Some first world problems that we are...
big problems, mate. Big first world problems they are because the new camera's supposed to be really good on the iPhone 14 and I'm gutted now.
Mate, unlucky.
My battery's like 89% now from peak capacity. I feel like I'm being robbed every single day. First world.
I had that first world problem today. Was cold hands and burnt mouth, or nice warm hands and coffee getting ice cold.
Definitely out of those two choices: coffee, cold, warmer hands. I hate having a burnt tongue when trying to eat and drink. Don't like it.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Most people went for warm hands. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Not.
Most people went for warm hands instead of burning your mouth.
Mm-hmm. It's the right decision.
My hands were cold. And then obviously Captain Fantastic People decided to just send me gloves. Just wear some gloves, Tom. It's like, I know that, but every year I buy gloves and then every year I put gloves away and then every year I don't know where I put the gloves after. Also, I had fun. It's been a fun week. So obviously COVID happened. That was interesting. It wasn't, well, considering the last time I had it, I felt I had no symptoms. So it was 1,000% worse. That only means I had some symptoms. I was all right. I was lethargic and, nasally, sniffly, and phlegmy, for everybody who wanted to know.
Thanks, Tom. Really wanted to know
that. But I beat it in 5 days because, tough. Made a tough stuff. Yeah. What else happened? My fire alarm, my smoke alarm was doing the annoying beep sound at 1 a.m. last night. So little fun fact. I am almost 80, 85, 90% deaf in one ear. So like it didn't actually affect me that much. All I did was just roll over. I was like, I'll deal with that in the morning. That's fine. I'm like, that's all right. Deal with that later. just rolled over. Yeah, the bliss of people who are very confused how I can sleep in most places is, if I lie on my right ear, I can barely hear anything. If you want to sneak, if I'm asleep, you can sneak around me if I'm on my right side without anything. Absolutely fine. I'm sure Dan was doing it when I was in Dubai. It was just like, oh, he's on his right side. We'll mess with him. Bit weird, but yeah.
I always slag you off when I'm on the right side.
You sit on the left of me. I'm like, nope. People find it very odd that I obviously like try and put them on the right so I can fucking listen to them. I'm like, I'm being polite. I'm not. I'm physically moving you, but I'd like to hear what you say, just in case there's something idiotic like comes out.
You always move me to the left side. That's weird.
Yeah. Well, that's
for a reason. So there we go. But mate, is it the other question as well? We need to ask: is it coming home?
Oh, it's coming home, mate. Absolutely coming home.
Absolutely no chance it's coming home. By the way,
we're winning.
Ridiculous.
We're winning everything.
Right, all I'm going to say is Maguire versus Mbappe. That's the conversation over.
Won't happen. Kyle Walker's just going to follow him around. That's what's going to happen.
I love how everyone's like, Kyle Walker needs his pace for killing Mbappe. I'm like, he's one man. Like, he's the only one who can get anywhere close. And I was like, and he's a right back. Mbappe will just go and play on the right wing instead of the left wing.
Yeah, I know. Then Luke Shaw's going to be like, oh, shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, if I was Mbappe, I would go play that side because that's the Man United side, isn't it? Shaw.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's if you're the French manager, you're going, Mbappe, just go stand on Maguire. That's all you're going to do. And we'll just kick the ball over the top to you. I feel like
Olivier Giroud's going to run away from Maguire. So it's just...
I feel like anyone could run. I feel like fucking Pickford could run away from Maguire. Fucking hell. I've never seen someone so slow.
But, it's just in a play we're going to score more than them. That's the game.
Henderson man of the match, I reckon. Henderson man of the match.
Mate, I loved that. I loved that. I was like, I looked on your thing. I was like, I bet Dan's going to slate Jordan Henderson at some point today. Yeah. Every single time, he gets on anywhere near a pitch, you always have a go at him. And he
one of the
crops
most
up.
Overrated footballers in the world.
I agree. He's probably not a fantastic footballer, but everybody needs a leader in a team, and the fact is that
fucking leader.
Oh mate, but
he's because he's the oldest. By definition, he's the leader because of the age.
He's meant to be the one that doesn't shut up. That's the thing, isn't it?
I saw a funny picture, and it was like, oh, what a courageous hero Henderson is for wearing Raheem Sterling's shorts.
Yeah, I saw that. That was weird.
Great show of support and solidarity. And I was like, because his house got broken into, he's wearing his shorts. I was like, you joking me? That's the thing I don't like about it as well, is it's because people have a go at Henderson because he's shit. There's also those people that think he is then a world beater and they talk about those things like that. And I'm like, that's no, his shorts were dirty. He put on a new pair of shorts and walked out of the changing room.
He put some other shorts. So he was like, oh, Sterling's not using them. So yeah.
Unbelievable.
At the previous World Cup, wasn't it? He was injured, wasn't he? And then Roy Keane was like, everybody was like, oh, you got to take him. You got to take him. You got to take Henderson.
Yeah, good for the camp. That's it. Good for the camp.
Like, and then Roy Keane was like, "Does he do magic tricks? Is he a comedian? What do you mean?
Exactly that.
Good for morale.
Exactly that though. Like, and it was inevitable he was going to score. It was just like, it's fine. But, it's just funny that my Instagram fucking blew up. Like, I'm not joking. Like the amount of messages I had from people after that.
I WhatsApped you, so I was just like,
you did WhatsApp me, didn't you? But, yeah, I'm the eternal pessimist about the England football because we're playing France and they got a fucking good team. But
so have we. We're all right. We got most of our players play for top six, don't they? So most of them are decent.
Yeah, Declan Rice plays top six. Yeah, Jordan Pickford, he plays top six. So
Jordan Pickford. I was
honestly, I said, me and Mike were talking about this, right? And I was saying the England team is great. I think they're a good team, but when you look at the two centre backs and the two centre midfielders, it's just such a weak part of the team. So you've got Stones and Maguire, they're not great. Like, and then you've got Rice and Henderson. And I'm like, oh my God. Like those four, right? They're like the spine of your team. And then around them, you've got all these amazing players, right? Because Bellingham doesn't play in that centre mid. It's with Henderson and Rice, right? And you look at the front three or the 4, 5, whatever it is, the wing backs, they're all good players. Even the keeper, I like Pickford. I just look at that centre four and I'm just like, oh my God, that's painful. That's not a World Cup winning middle four players, is what I'm saying.
You never know. We're going to get destroyed by either France or whoever we play in the semis. I don't know.
To be honest, France are probably the one that I'd be worried about the most. Looking at the other teams, Argentina and Holland, France are better than them. Croatia, Brazil. I mean, yeah, Brazil are going to fuck us up. But we play the winners of Morocco, Spain, and Portugal, Switzerland. So probably going to, odds on it would be Spain, Portugal, right? We play the winner of Spain, Portugal. And I'll be honest, I don't think that's a huge problem. No. Yeah, because they're just boring. Like Spain are drawing Morocco at the moment, so into extra time. So if they do that, I mean, we can beat them straight away. Portugal, again, bit hit and miss. Honestly, France are more of a worry than either of those two. And then after that, if we beat them, we beat France and then we beat them, we're into the final, aren't we? And the final will be Brazil.
Mm.
Oh, well, yeah, so I think the quarterfinal game is going to be harder than the semi-final game. Put it that way.
Correct. Yeah.
There you go. For both England and France, to be fair.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Also, this week, obviously, Spotify Unwrapped happened. Dan, that was good.
It did, Tom. It did.
I feel like everybody loves a bit of Spotify Unwrapped, don't they? Did you see?
Well, no, you did. Not everyone, because you get those people who go, "Oh, don't fucking care." It's like, "Oh, shut up, mate. Like, I'm gonna post about it. Leave me alone." I'd probably post about it like that. But
I thought it was great. I always love it. I always think it's like, oh, and it's just
I sent you mine, didn't I?
Yeah,
well, I didn't post it
because Az was like, I only posted like one because on my number 4 most listened to genres was show tunes, which was interesting. So, and bearing in mind, I don't have kids, so
not a surprise though.
I was like, that's an interesting one.
Did I Instagram it to you? Let me see if I can find the.
Is it already gone? Is it already gone on the old? When you look at it on Spotify.
Yeah, I can't. I was just looking then. I couldn't see it on Spotify.
Yeah, I can't see it. Where's my Unwrapped? Unwrapped?
Mine was Fred Again. I'm quite proud of mine, actually. I think mine's decent. Fred Again, The Streets, Kanye West, Drake, and Bicep. They're all pretty decent. They're fine. I'm quite content with mine.
Kanye West.
Hey, listen, all his old stuff, right? Not his new stuff.
Right, my one's because I sent you mine, didn't I? And I was just like,
yours is all fucking shit I've never heard of. There was all this Mosher crap, and then it was like,
but it wasn't Mosher crap. It was all punk rock, really, apart from Ghost.
No, top genre alternative metal. That's emo shit. That is.
Yeah, top genre was alternative metal. What was your minutes listened as well? It's proven like
15,787.
Yeah. Mine was 30,600.
Yeah,
but they did show me like podcasts. I think podcasts I was at like 19,000. So I listened to them. I don't know whether they were added on as well. Is that a mixture of both? Don't really know. It's like podcasts as well because I listen to podcasts quite a lot. But yeah, artists were like Punk Rock Factory. So it's all punk rock. Ghost is more alternative metal. Offspring, classic. Blink-182, classic. Basically, I'm like 14 again. And then the one I found odd, number 5, was a person called Convolk. Interesting story. That is not me. That was when my Spotify was on my stolen. Well, not my stolen. My phone was stolen, and then somebody was on my Spotify. Clearly, in the time that. And they were on it for a while. And I know, have you had anybody that has been on your Spotify? I've had it a couple of times who somebody has managed to log into my account using it somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then you're like stopping it and starting it. And then you're like, what the fuck's going on? And then somebody's playing like, I've had one that was like playing French music. And I was like, what is this? And you have to actually like log out of everything. And then I changed my password and I was like, bum, bum, bum. But this one was from whenever those 1-2 weeks that person was in my Spotify, must have listened to the shit out of that band, like to get him in my top 5. Fuck me. That's a lot, right?
That is a lot, isn't
it? And I'm assuming it's some Russian person. I don't really know what it is. So definitely not me. Very strange. Enjoy a bit of Spotify. It's a weird thing as well. Everybody slates companies for tracking us. But this is just this is a celebration of keeping data on somebody. Like,
I speaking of that, I had that the other day, and I was quite worried. I had a advert come up, and it was a picture of some clothing with some personalized name on it, and it had my name on it on the clothing.
I've had those before, yeah.
You see that on my story? I was like,
yeah.
That is weird. Like, I can't remember. Where I screenshotted it. I must have fucking saved it in my camera or somewhere. It was really scary to see. Like, I was like, hang on a minute, has it got to that point? Because I'm like, how's that person uploaded the picture? But then they must have it set to anyone who's called obviously Meek, right? But that's a very niche fucking advert to be putting up, isn't it?
Mate, I don't know whether the advert changes depending on like profile, like how you send an email and you do like asterisk like F name or something like that, first name. I feel like it must attach your account somehow.
On the photo, it didn't look like it was like that the name bit was any different to the.
Because I've had it before as well, but my name's more generic on Hall.
Well, that's the thing. Hall and Smith, you'd be a bit more like, oh, well, just a guess. Yeah, I just found it really weird, and I was like, wow, that's the level we're going to these days with things. But yeah, they're all watching you. They're all watching you. Every time you click accept without reading the T's and C's, like that's what you're doing. You're giving away all your data.
Correct. Yeah.
As long as you know that.
That is the case. Right. Right. I guess we got two major things to talk about. Is some football madman, and it's Christmas chocolate time. So
it is Christmas chocolate time.
We'll save that. We'll do a little ranty 10 minutes on Christmas. Not ranty 10 minutes on Christmas chocolate. We'll do a ranty 10 minutes on this fucking madman. And then obviously post that, I've just been hit by all of his stuff and his other cronies. I'm surprised he hasn't commented or like he obviously doesn't go out to attack anybody. I've got to find it now. Dan, lay the law. Obviously, I feel like I posted something about like footballers needing to lift. Oh yeah, I did, like a piss take one with Hulk. But
yeah, let me find the guy's content. I was just stumbling. I can't remember what it was. I was on my explore page, and again, the guy did a very good job of a good hook because it hooked me in for sure. And where was it? Let me get it up on your page now. But here we go. It was football. No footballer. Yeah, his Instagram is football entangled. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
And this is the headline that got me. It said, "No footballer should be in the gym," with a picture of Paul Pogba doing a kettlebell deadlift, looking like it's very difficult, even though it's very light. But anyway, no footballer should be in the gym. And then it said, I slid across and it said, "No footballer should be under a barbell." And I'm like, debatable, but I get the point. Then it said, "No footballer should be strapped into a machine pushing weights around." Wow, depends if they're injured. For one, maybe a machine would actually be quite good if they're injured. So I take issue with that. It's the opposite of athleticism. I was like, again, didn't really have much of an issue with that. It's the opposite of world-class performance. Okay. And then it went to say, and to double down, all elite professional athletes of all sports have a fascial molded foot, should be, which is the opposite of what's created by weightlifting, weak, dysfunctional feet or some shit. And it just kept going on and on and on. And it was like, and if that wasn't enough, have you ever considered how all elite athletes move in spirals? Don't know what that means. And on the ball of their feet. All weightlifting and gym work reinforces linear robotic weight through the heel movement. Last but not least, you're not outside when you're in the gym. The more time you're outside in the sun, the better your health and performance will be.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Where to
start with that. Yeah, but if the barbell's outside, it's fine. It's just one of those things where it just shows a complete lack of understanding of the human body and all that sort of stuff. Again, because and then I read a few more of his posts and all this sort of stuff, and you kind of feel a little bit like he's obviously got an issue. Like he's doing it, in my opinion, just for this exact reason that we're now talking about. That's the reason I think he's doing it.
Yeah.
But then you read a few of his other posts and stuff like this, and it's just he's a bit of a quack, basically. And he's like, footballers should be just spending time doing football and all this sort of stuff. And this is why they get injured, because they're in the gym and all this sort of stuff. And he basically says how the only injuries that get caused are basically in the gym. And it's like, people get injured on the pitch, don't they? And basically saying how football's unpredictable and all this sort of stuff. And I can't remember what else he said, but there's just a load of shit. And just a load of things that he says which don't make it longer in a safe environment, and it will transfer over into the sporting environment. Like it just will. I don't see his problem with adding external load when we know that the external forces placed upon people and footballers and athletes is much higher than their body weight. We know that. There's tests out there, there's studies done. The forces exhibited through joints is higher than body weight in those movements. And yes, you can replicate those movements in sport and in games, but why would you not expose the athletes to that same level of force in a controlled environment so that they are better prepared for it in an uncontrolled environment. Makes no sense to me to not do that. Absolutely not.
It's just absolutely baffling. It feels like he has gone in the gym and found it hard.
He doesn't like it. Yeah, he doesn't like going to the gym. He got injured once in the gym. It's kind of like what it's like. So it's kind of like doing an exam without revising for it. It's kind of like going, oh, well, whatever's in it will be in the exam. Well, it's probably better to go in with some prep, probably. And it's the same with the gym work. It's probably better to go in with some prep, right? Would you rather do that or would you rather not? It's not compulsory, but it might bloody help. And you're not going to get the exact answers. You're not going to get the exact questions that you're going to get in the exam, but you're going to have a good idea. It's the same sort of thing. You're going to have a good idea if you go in the gym and you get stronger at certain movements, certain things, stronger knees, stronger ankles, blah, blah, whatever, more resilient muscle tissue. I just find it such a weird concept. But anyway, and if you go on his page, it is literally just like constantly just bashing. Again, all these players that are getting injured, a time where world-class athletes are falling apart on the pitch and we're told it's just bad luck, blah, blah. And it's just like, no, they're being pushed to their limits in all aspects, like training, games. Like, if it wasn't for the weight training, they'd be injured more often. Like, it's just that element of they're being pushed to their limits more and more. And they're also playing more games than ever before.
We saw that massively when, so my housemate, Nathan, one of his best mates was the guy who did all of the research on Copenhagen planks. All the research and why that became such a popular thing in athletic-based training and sport and stuff right now because of hip injuries. He's the guy to thank. And guess what? You can add external load. You can do it in the gym. But he was like, he literally tear it apart. But like, no. We can see the injury risks and injury stuff have gone down because we've added this kind of exercise. And we know the exact same stuff. Unfortunately, his thing it just flaws itself on the whole foot mechanics stuff. And he's just like sitting there doing a bunch of like foot raises and like toe raises and then just run and play. Unfortunately, we know that in the gym that we need good foot mechanics and we need good foot strength to be a footballer and to be any kind of field-based athlete, if we're really honest. So, because you need to be able to grip and like go off the ground. Hence why there's quite a lot of exercises that we make people do without shoes on. And we do like floating heels and we don't put the heel down. And we actually coach that in as people who do athletic-based performance. We coach that a lot in most like split squat stances. There's quite a lot of squat stances and stuff and calf and like knee over toe, like step downs, all this kind of stuff where we ask that to happen. And we're asking somebody to claw the ground. That's because that's the cueing we do. But he's he's looking at the gym and going, oh no, he's attached to a Smith machine. He's clearly doing something wrong. I was like, he's not doing anything wrong. It won't hurt him. But sure, it might not be as specific as it could be, but I would rather have the player that doesn't do any, like, does do Smith machine work and gets a little bit stronger than the one who never does. It's the whole argument of like, I'd rather have the strength athlete that does a little bit of cardio and has a better CV system than the one that never does anything. I think that athlete's going to be better than that athlete to recover, to do anything, to perform higher for a longer amount of time. And there's I've talked about it before on like the footballer who does strength will be able to run for longer or doesn't have to run at a higher intensity because they have a stronger capacity. So my 60% could be Dan's 80%. Guess who's going to get injured quicker? Dan. Because he's working at a higher intensity because he's not as strong. So simple. Yeah, it's not because of fascial fucking lines.
It's like, funny because he's posted on his story. He's reposted a story from someone who's put in morning grounding barefoot and on the grass and all this sort of stuff. So obviously he believes in this shit because this person's tagged him in it. I just replied to the story saying, shouldn't they be in football boots because they didn't play football barefoot? Again, but this is the thing is if you're going to have that argument, like your whole argument falls down the second you support something that isn't exactly that way because you're arguing again the other way then. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just makes no sense. It's like, okay, so then everything should be done in football boots then. Everything. Because they play in football boots. Yeah. And they should be in their football kit because everything's done in football kit. So how long that they're going to play on?
That they're going to play on. Can't do a different pitch.
In the weather they're going to play in all the time. Like, at what point do you go, well, there's certain elements that's unpredictable? And it's kind of like, I just found it really funny because like you said, the thing that you picked up on, which I thought was hilarious, was where's his social proof? And again, there's no social proof on his page. And again, it's something that it's something that I always talked about clients all the time. If you're going to be a little bit different and you're going to say things a bit differently, like, again, maybe like I've done before in the past with stuff where I've called people out and I've made content that's a little bit ranty and whatever, in my opinion, you have to be able to back it up with social proof, because otherwise, this guy's talking about all this stuff, but yet where are all the footballers that he works with?
Yeah.
Where's all the testimonials from all the professionals that are going, oh, my game's really, really improved. Whereas you got someone, as we talked about, James Ralph, who works with footballers, and he's got Mitrovic, who's fucking banged in the goals last season when he started working with him. And it's like, well, he's feeling better, he's feeling fitter.
Got like Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who's actually broken into the Chelsea first team. Like Reece James has come on leaps and bounds. All these guys, and you're like, all right,
exactly. And it's just one of those things where you have to take everything with a pinch of salt like that, and you have to go, well, where's the proof of concept a little bit? Morocco, Spain's gone to penalties, by the way. Just that out there right now.
Should we want to flick that on and then? Oh, did you watch the Japan penalties? Fuck me, they need that guy's help. I didn't. Have a look at those. The Japan penalty, they were pitiful. And what was really annoying is I put a bet on for draw and then Japan to win on pens.
Oh wow!
After extra time, and I was fucked off. I was like, they were so pitiful. But yeah, so go have a look if you're wanting something. Football Entangled, it's madness. And if anybody is big into fascial sling training, or fascial line or whatever, this is mainly about fascial foot. I'm trying to think, who's the guy? Is it Gary Gray? Is probably the one that founded fascial sling and sling line training, and it's like something that me and Dan play a lot is golf, and it was a big training kind of consideration for golfers, because you can kind of see that, like, oh, my right shoulder correlates to my left hip, and there's like these big sling. I think it's still taught. I think it's still taught in the level 3 in the sling pattern, like the big cross on your back, right? Is it like upper cross syndrome and stuff like that, and like lower cross and all this shit? For like cool, wonderful. I don't think you can train fascia very well. I'm pretty sure to make a net difference on fascia, you have to elicit something like 950 kilos of load. So not many people are doing that. So I don't think you can do much to it. You can't stretch it, can't roll it. So I think it could become more pliable by training like tendons, stiffness, and basically good fucking strength training, being mobile, unfortunately. So they're very close-minded, this little lad, unfortunately. The mission is world-class performance. Absolutely, I concur. I'm going for the same mission. We're just going about it in completely different ways. But yeah, it's just sad, isn't it? It's just quite sad. I wouldn't stop somebody from doing like his foot training. Crack on. I don't think it's going to hurt you.
No, it's not. It's going to help, like you said, with the amount of contact on the floor with the foot, but it's, the rest of it's a bit.
I think it will be help, but I'm going to go for, I think we preach for the biggest bang for buck, don't we? We want like minimal effective dosage. So I have to do a lot of that.
I interrupt the podcast, obviously, because people who listen to this know the scores already, but there's 2 penalties each so far. Morocco 2-0 up. Morocco just missed one. Oh my God. It's getting tense, man. It's getting tense. This could be who we're facing in the semis, mate. You got to think about this. Morocco go for it. If Spain go out, that means Germany are out, yeah? Spain are out. Some big names going out already.
Belgium gone. They're the second best team in the world, apparently.
Of course. Belgium. Yeah.
So
there we go.
Yeah, well, let's hope that Switzerland beat.
It's because they've been in the gym. They shouldn't be in the gym. That's the problem. That's the problem.
That is true. I mean, can't keep those Moroccans out of the gym.
No.
Spanish. Again, this guy trains out of Spain, so that's proof. There you go.
They all love the football. They don't go in the gym. None of the Spanish players
go in the gym at all. We know. Go look up Atletico Madrid. That's that classic clip of Atletico Madrid S&C session. It is comical. It's quite old now, probably like 10 years old now, but it's even 10 years ago.
I don't know if it's 10 years old. I think it might be not that long.
Oh, really?
It feels like it probably. You feel like it should be because it's that bad. Like I don't know if it's that.
Yeah, go Google that, and that's that. Even that is better than what this guy's doing. But yeah, anyway, he would be like, "What? Why is that guy doing that?" So it's the whole like imbalance training, isn't it? Like the unstable surface training. They love a bit of that stuff. Love a bit of that stuff. Anyway, hopefully that's enough ranty on athletic-based performance. If you actually want to learn about it, then come have a chat. It's actually something we discuss. So people didn't. I guess I don't shout about it because I know obviously Dan, you post that you work with mentors or mentees. I don't do that. I only offer it like when you sign up for me, like online coaching. And two of the lads at the moment, we're going through like movement prep and plyometrics and stuff like that as well. Not something that's done in a lot of PT biz. Obviously, we focus on two other shit, don't we? So yeah, actually learning a bit about that at the moment. I just had to write like an 11-page document on that kind of shit. But yeah, maybe we'll put it out as a email. Does anybody want on my email list? Probably not. But yeah, give us an email. All right. What's the score now, Dan? You clearly
Morocco won 3-0 on penalties.
They won.
Spain didn't score a single penalty.
Wow.
That's big news. That is big news for the World Cup.
Big news. Morocco. Well done, Moroccans. Lol, Spain. Jesus.
Yeah, well, we were talking about this before. I don't know if I've talked to you about it before. Well, maybe it was me, but I feel like with it being mid-season, that there's better football being played. Like whether it's because again, like teams like Morocco, for example, their players are up to speed, they're up to standard. They've not had a really hard, busy year. That they all. I don't know whether they just feel like they got more of a chance. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I do feel like there's been better football played because it's mid-season. I know some teams have had players missing, because of injuries and stuff. But I think that happens anyway. Like
I feel like that happens anyway. Maybe they'd have like a 3-4 week gap from the end of the season to the World Cup.
Yeah, I guess that's the argument, isn't it? Some of the injuries happened so close because they're muscle injuries and stuff like that. But I just feel like it's been actually pretty good in terms of quality. But some upsets. Maybe that's why it's good. Some upsets. I like an upset. It's always good.
We do like an upset, don't we? Always the underdog. All right. It is Christmas time. What advent calendar you got this year, Dan?
Oh, like Laura's bought me an advent calendar. Fucking hell. Think she loves me or something. Ripping out, mate. Come on. You know she doesn't.
What's the date today? Is it the
6th?
Do
you know the worst thing? Do you know the worst thing about this Christmas so far is that we can't find our elf on a shelf, and Isabel keeps asking every day where the elf is, and I keep having to say, well, maybe you've not been good enough. Maybe that they know you've been naughty this year. But anyway, and they don't have any here in Dubai, really. We haven't found any online or anything. So we looked at ordering one from the UK, and it's not going to arrive till the 19th of December. So I was like, well, that's out of the question. And then Laura saw someone on Instagram selling them as like a package with like a balloon, like I've arrived kind of thing. And she saw an advert. It was obviously 5th of December. And we were like, a 4th or whatever. We're like, is there any left? Is there any left? And she was like, I've only got a green one. And we had a red one before. I'm like, don't care, get it. I was like, just get it. I was like, get it. It's going to turn up. And we're going to say to her that like she has to wear a different color in Dubai because the last one was. She's like, it's fine. She got lost. She went to our old address and then she realized that we'd moved and then she's gone back. So that's fine. It's going to turn up hopefully tonight or tomorrow. It's not a problem. But yeah, Jesus. That elf. Fuck me. That was what you think to yourself. What a great tradition to start, and then you get older and you go, nah, that was a waste of time. Stupid idea. But yeah,
I just opened my 5th and 6th.
What one have you got, mate? I bet you always have a good one. Star Wars figurine.
They're like figurines. They're little Funkos. I quite like
Funko
Pops.
I don't know where I stand on advent calendars that aren't sweets or chocolate based.
I know what you mean.
I'm not a fan of it. I don't get on with it. I think it's pathetic.
I do wish I had some
because they're only geared for adults. They are, and I don't think adults should be having them if they're not chocolate and sweets. It's just my opinion. I'm entitled to it. Like the whole carb killer one. It's like really carb killer bar.
Carb killer bars. Oh, I went to the theatre with someone. How awful. He won't listen to the podcast. How dull is this that you're going to the theatre, watch the Book of Mormon. Me and my other mate we're having beers, and some popcorn. He gets out. He doesn't. First of all, red flag. We went to Shake Shack. Didn't have anything. because he was like, "Oh, I'm a bit cutting." Not really a gym bunny, but I'm just like, "Oh, I'm trying to lose some weight." I'm like, "What? Madness. Have a fucking chicken burger, mate. Take off the bun. It's absolutely fine." And then in the theater, had a carb killer bar. I was like, you chose that over having like half a burger or something like that.
Mate, he's taking it seriously though. Come on.
That is, that brings me back to about 7 years ago. Dan turns up with fucking chicken and rice and broccoli at 7 a.m. grinding me. I was like, all right, I'm gonna crack on with my cinnamon bun.
Bodybuilder, mate. Bodybuilder mentality. Can't beat it, mate. He's gonna get results. You're not. So who's laughing?
Bullshit.
Who's laughing? Who's laughing?
Right, how are we going? I've gotten up. This is a little bit old. Oh no, it's gone. I've gone off Twitter for too long. The old YouGov website, which is the only official one, isn't it?
YouGov, eh?
YouGov, but this is a little bit old. It's a few years old, unfortunately, and it was like they were doing like percentages of the favorites from each one. So we'll go on a thread, shall we? Because obviously we've got the classics of Quality Street, Celebrations, Cadbury Roses, Heroes. Anything else?
Although they're the main four, aren't they? It's got to be those four. Yeah.
You're not doing anything else, are you?
Most people aren't, no. I mean, I love the Lindt truffles, the balls. You can order a selection boxes of those online, but I mean, no one's.
It's a bit bougie, isn't it?
It is a bit. I think it's the Lindt. I think you go on the Lindt website to actually like.
I have seen those. I think in certain like Sainsbury's and stuff, I've seen those, and you can do like a selection yourself, and you can like.
Yeah, it's like a pick and mix, isn't it?
Yeah. I always think they're a little bit too sickly.
No, because again, for those of us that can control ourselves, you just have a couple, then you go, okay, cool.
No, I can't do that.
That's your problem.
Did you see that one I posted the other day? That there's a bounty box.
Yeah, why would anyone have that? Ridiculous.
What the fuck? And then, like, obviously, I got a stream message going, "Bounty is amazing."
Most ridiculous thing in the world.
Do yourself and unfollow me.
Unbelievable. Fun. Some people are so weird.
Ridiculous, isn't it? So, we're going Quality Street. So, do you want to guess? Should we play a game according to this? Whenever it was 2020. Do you want to guess the most favorite ones out of the Quality Street, and then the least favorites?
Okay, least favorite toffee penny.
Ooh, no. That was the second to least.
Coconut one obviously is the least favorite. Coconut one.
Coconut is, yeah. Coconut eclair is the least favorite.
And a toffee penny, those two are left every single time.
Yeah.
Most favorite though. Oh, I mean, people love the green triangle. I'm not as bothered by the green triangle, but it'll be up there. The green triangle.
So you're going for the top three. That is in the top three. That's second. Green triangle.
Green triangle, and then let me bring them up because do you know what? I've got to make sure I get this right. I think Quality Street flavors. Right. Let's have a little look at this. Oh, okay. See, for me now, I would be going if it was me, strawberry cream, orange cream.
Oh no, they make the top five, but they're neither of them in the top three. Okay.
Neither of them top three. That's ridiculous. They are the best two.
Mate, I'm on YouGov website, mate. That is the official.
Okay, well, I bet the purple one's up there.
The purple one is number one.
That's not the best. That's not the best, though. That's a stupid thing. So what's next then? Number three then has to be not like the orange crunch, is it?
No. No, that's
the toffee finger.
No.
Wow. What one then? I'm stumped.
The caramel swirl.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. No chance. Three. The UK has got no taste. I knew I left for a reason. No taste. Right. What's the next one? Come on.
Right. Swiftly moving on. Celebrations. Should we go there?
Right. Celebrations chocolate. Right. Let's have a look at these ones.
So we obviously Quality Street is made by Cadbury, or are they their own thing?
Celebrations is Mars, isn't it?
Celebrations is Mars, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Quality Street, they're not Nestle, are they? Who are they?
Yeah, Nestle. Yeah, Nestle.
Are they? Is it?
Yeah, because it's the shittest chocolate. Nestle.
Oh, that shit.
Right, this was 2020. Yeah, so
about that.
Right, 2020. I'm going with Celebrations. Number one, Maltesers Teaser is number one without doubt.
Rectamundo. I know some people that don't like them as well.
Oh, fucking get them out of your life. You don't need that negativity. I then think Galaxy Caramel.
Again, we'll go top 3. That's in the top 3, but it's not
in the top 3. Yeah. It's not the second.
No.
What is the set? Just plain, not plain Galaxy.
Plain Galaxy.
Right.
I would choose. No, I would choose plain Galaxy over Galaxy Caramel.
Oh, ridiculous. No. All
right, go because there's not as many on this one. Bottom 2.
Bottom 2, Bounty, obviously. Number 1. Bounty's not. Oh my god, these people are so weird.
Bounty is like a middle of the middle road. I'm shocked. Bounties are always left. Every single household I've ever been in is
every single one.
Actually, no. I used to live with a guy who he loved Bounties, so he would just clean up.
Stupid. Milky Way.
Milky Way is in the bottom 2. I think it's just they're not. None of them are bad chocolate apart from Bounty. So
I reckon knowing how these people vote, maybe like Snickers or Mars.
No, it's Mars bar.
Mars bar, yeah. I like a Mars bar.
Yeah, I guess like a mini Mars bar is a bit meh, though, I think.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. Maybe that's what it is.
And most people, I think, prefer a Snickers over a Mars because of the texture, right?
Yeah, I suppose a bit of crunch, don't there? Right, what's the next one? Roses.
What
get the roses up.
We've got quite a few there. So we'll go top 3, bottom 3.
Roses, UK chocolate flavors. Right then. Here we go. Let me get them up. So I've got to know what I'm looking at, otherwise it's not fair. There we go. Right. This is an old one, surely, because there's one there that says coffee, and there's definitely not coffee in it.
I've got a coffee one on here.
Oh, there is there now? Oh, okay, maybe there is. Okay, I've never had a roses with a coffee in it. Okay. See, now again, I would go straight away, top 3, and I'm not giving these to my answers, but I would be like strawberry cream and orange cream, but they're not going to be up there because it's probably going to be pretty similar. So you're going to have the hazelnut and caramel as number 1 because that's the purple one.
Yeah,
hazelnut and caramel number 1, and then you're probably going to have the golden barrel number 2 because that's a caramel swirl.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Fucking idiots. Honestly, God. And number 3 was probably going to be up there is probably the like the hazelnut whirl.
Yeah, bam. Yeah, the hazelnut.
Yeah, that's the green one. So that's the green one.
The green one. Yeah.
And then bottom is going to be Well, they don't have a. Bottom's going to be the Brazilian darkness.
Correct.
Yeah, and then
level
probably
with one of the others.
Probably the coffee one.
No.
Country fudge.
Not in the bottom 3.
Country fudge.
No, that's not in there. That's like middle.
Ooh. It can't be the orange cream or strawberry cream.
No, it's not.
Okay. Caramel. There's one that just says caramel.
There's one that just says caramel, and there's another one, which is it's not caramel. It's another one called Caramel Bite.
Oh, that's not on the list I'm looking at, to be fair.
Oh, okay. And then there's another one as well. What rounds out the bottom 3?
The truffle.
The truffle, yeah.
Stupid. The truffle's great.
Like, truffle's great, yeah. That's what I think.
Honestly, people. Is Miniature Heroes the last one, isn't
it? Yeah. Heroes. I think they're just called Heroes now.
Hero, yeah, of course, yeah. Just Heroes, aren't they? They are.
Miniatures a bit.
They are magnificent. Can't say that these days. Right, let me get up the box.
There's not very many of these.
Can see them all on the box. Right, I reckon.
I've only got 7 things. Is that right?
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got on this box.
9. Shit.
Okay, I'll go to an older box. There must be an older box because that could be a new one because we've got Dinky Deckers are new. The Dinky Deckers are new, definitely.
I don't have a Dinky Decker.
Yeah,
on my YouGov website.
Maybe the Whisper. Is the Whisper new?
No.
What's new then out of those? The Twisted. No, the Cadbury's Cream Egg Twisted. That's always been in there, hasn't it?
That's been in there. So in no particular order.
No, I've got the 7. I've got them. I think I've got the 7. Sure. Yeah. Okay. So top, I reckon, again, just based on what all the others. I think the Twisted Cream Egg is going to be number 1.
No.
Oh, I do like a cream egg. What about caramel? Top 2, maybe?
Dairy Milk Caramel.
Top 2?
No.
Oh, this is hard.
Go
Twirl.
top 2, bottom 2. Yeah, Twirl number 1. Yeah, correct.
Twirl and maybe Whisper then.
No, that's top 3.
Not a plain dairy milk.
Yep.
Oh.
I told somebody the other day, and they didn't realize that a Twirl is just a covered up flake.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and I have no idea why people buy flakes. They're messy, they get everywhere, they flake around, when you could just buy a Twirl, same chocolate, and you get more of it because it's all now in a neater package. Never get it.
Who knows, mate? There must be something to it. I reckon bottom. Oh, it's between the two. It's between two. And I'm going to go with Eclair.
Bottom is Eclair, yeah.
And then fudge.
No.
Oh, no.
I think you'll be surprised, and because there's quite a lot of people who actually don't particularly like
the twisted cream egg one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's shocking. That
there's quite a lot of people who think cream eggs are too much, too sickly.
Well, they're stupid then, aren't they?
So what's the 2 we're missing off this website then?
It's the Dinky Decker and the crunchy one, crunchy bits.
Crunchy.
And those two would go straight to the top. So.
Official. I mean, on all of those, I would be picking boom, 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 boom. I don't know why you love the strawberry and orange cream.
That's so good.
You're like, I need something a little bit more moist to let me go in my mouth. I'd have like purple one. I'm not using the milk choc block because that's just like normal. I love like green chai was all right. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. And then I probably go honeycomb. Then I'm going, Galaxy teaser, probably something like Milky Way, a little bit different. Hazel caramel, not a golden barrel, boring. Hazel whirl, and then I'm getting a truffle in there. Love a truffle.
Truffle, yeah.
And Twirl, easy. Twirl, dairy milk, Whisper. That's guaranteed top 3. Beautiful. But I'm assuming you can get all those in Dubai, Dan?
Yeah, I assume so.
Ooh. Dan's going to be front line getting his Quality Streets tomorrow.
Yeah, Quality Streets not my cup of tea, mate. Celebrations all the way.
Celebrations.
And if I was going to go with a Quality Street or Roses, I'd go with Roses because Cadbury's better chocolate than Nestle. So.
Correct. That's the unfortunate thing. The Nestle chocolate's awful. Can you imagine if somebody brought out like a Kinnerton one? That's the old classics. They always get all the rights. They spend all their money getting the rights on the artwork, don't they? They're like, with Toy Story doing this, and they forget that the chocolate is fucking terrible. So
no one wants to eat it.
No, all good. But I have a Star Wars Funko, which is all good. It's all good. All right. Any other business, Dan? I'm gonna go get
Not from me. Nope.
Dryer balls.
You can get your balls.
Run up there. Nothing from me. All good. Yeah. No, nothing from me. I haven't got COVID, so if you want to say hello, do.
All good.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll catch you next week.
See you later.